Hello, welcome back to part 2 of me, John McRae, inking this storm picture. I've got reasonably far through it on the first 15 minutes. I'm going to hopefully get most of the rest of it done. Certainly the fine line work on it. So I'll just ply on. Actually, got quite a lot of backlight on my picture. I mean, downlight on my picture, which normally I wouldn't have quite so much of when I was inking on a light box. And I guess that's more for clarity, perhaps, on the video. But I can still manage with this. For the lightning, I'm going to use a ruler to draw the lightning in, and I'm just going to sort of do this sort of random effect using a ruler, and I kind of push and follow the lines that I'm doing, but I kind of use the ruler to make big effects out of the big long lines, and it kind of gives a straight but wobbly line to it, which looks kind of nice when you're doing lightning. And you kind of just let the ruler kind of push you about as you push against the ruler. So it's a maybe I'll go in and do little bits like that. So let's just draw lots of nice little bits of effects like that. Some, being as it's random, sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. But of course, with stuff like lightning, nothing's particularly wrong. You can't really get lightning wrong. It's more just a matter of personal taste as to how your lightning looks. So I'm just using the guide I've done with the with my pencils to kind of as a more of a sort of thing to follow, and then I'll just go in and do bits like this, all the little fussy circle bits, that bit that could do with being broken up maybe, like that. Yeah, that looks alright as far as lightning goes. Yeah. Anyway, the Storm, of course, is one of my favourite X-Men. I do love Storm. She's an awesome character. And Punk Storm, as I said in my previous one, is my favourite version of her. And not 100% sure if I'm looking forward to the new X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix. Though Storm, the woman who plays Storm in the last movie and this one that's coming up, is pretty damn cool. She really does look the part with the mohawk and all. So her I approve of. I just, the X-Men movies have been such a mixed bag over the years. They're kind of at the end of it, they're kind of unsatisfying due to just the randomness. I don't think they've really had a good run. Whereas with the other Marvel movies, they are pretty solid for the most part. Well, yeah, you know, somebody whispered in my ear, except for Fantastic Four. But those weren't the MCU, and I was sort of talking about the MCU. The FF movies were, yeah, pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Okay, but these big long lines in Storm's Leg, these big sweeping lines, well, I guess I'm just going to go for it. Sometimes I might use a French curve to get these lines right. Sometimes. But you know, not today. I think I'm just going to kind of try and put them in as such. And you'll notice as I'm inking, a lot of the time, you know, the lines aren't quite perfect. There's a lot of lines not quite meeting with each other, and that's absolutely fine. I don't mind that sort of organic effect that sort of gives you. The most important thing, I think, with inking is confidence in your approach to the lines that you're putting down. And of course, a lot of that comes with practice and being fairly sure that that line that you're going for is the right line, and when you make that mark, it's going to be in the spot you want it to be, and it's going to meet that other line in a satisfying and pleasing way, etc., etc. Again, the whole point of it is that if you do make a mistake, you can fix it. There's Tip-X, or you can use a patch, or what have you. So, you know, you never get, nothing can be, Tip-X pen, which is one of my favorite things. Though it's like a bit like life insurance, you hope you never have to use it, but it's handy to have. So, and I think drawing leather is possibly one of my favorite things ever. Just my whole style almost has been created to make nice leather effects. And let's face it, in comics, lots of people wear leather, so it's kind of a handy thing to be able to do. So for leather like this, I draw in my big reflective area, scribble over it to give it that textured effect, and then if I can find my zig pen, yes, there's my zig pen, then I'll go in with my zig pen to produce the leather effect. And I tend to do it by just doing these big fat brush strokes, again just having to be pretty confident with them and being kind of sure, or hoping you're sure that they're going to go in the right place and do the right thing for you. So once I've done that, this zig again has this double-ended calligraphy bit here, and it's the brush pen here, and I tend to go in with the calligraphy end and just tidy up any bits of those that I'm not 100% happy with, and then I often then use these to kind of join up my leather effects, or join up these big bits like that. So you kind of get this idea. And because the light source is up here, I'm going to just finish this off here, and then maybe start to darken down. Here. So, yep, that's the leather effect sort of coming together a little bit on Storm there. I'm not 100% sure if I've got this just the way I want it, but then hey, that's often the way. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to move on from doing the leather and just go back to putting in the rest of the shapes. These boots that I've given her, I'm not even 100% sure what these boots look like before I start drawing them. I seem to have gone for some sort of possible spat sort of effect or something. I don't know. Can't really recall from when I drew it this morning. So I'm just going to start trying to get some sort of random. My camera fell down. I'm sure my camera guy will get 100 lashes after this video is over, just for that. Obviously don't let him know, because, you know, he might quit or something. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with these boots at the moment. I'm just going to make them up as I go along. Okay, that sort of seems... How long do I have, camera guy?
About 1.5 minutes.
About 1.5 minutes, cool. Okay, well I can get most of the rest of this done. I think this may be a 3-parter. Right, just going to put the big chunky soles on the boots, which always on my boots tend to end up looking like sort of tire treads to some car or other. Okay, that's that side done. Again, I'll just do it on this side. I think I'm practically out of time, am I? Yeah, so anyway, that's just, I think I'm going to have to break there. So this is how Storm stands on part 2, and I think I'll do a part 3 just so we get all of it finished. But it seems to be coming together okay. Right you are, thanks very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and maybe leave a comment if you will. Thanks very much, cheers.